Alright, I'm going to attempt to record a video of me changing out a bulb in my instrument panel. My wait to start light from my diesel is not coming on. This summer I took this apart and replaced all the bulbs, attempting to change the colors with very little success because they were too dim. It just didn't show up very bright and had hot spots and just looked like crap. So I replaced it with the stock ones. But since I know how to do it, I'm going to attempt to video this process because there's literally nothing on the internet about how to do hardly anything on a Dodge Cummins diesel truck. The second generation, 94 through 02, I believe. So it's going to be interesting with one hand, but I'm going to pause it and do the best I can so somebody will have an idea of what these things look like and the back view of it and everything. It's not hard. I think all I'm going to need is a Phillips head screwdriver. Alright, first thing I know I got to do is I got to pull this down. Alright, bear with me on my camera because I'm going to have to move it around a little bit to get things done. Alright, first thing I know we got to do is, well, gear shifter has to be pulled down so everything will come apart. So I'm going to go ahead and alright, I'm on a hill, so I better use my emergency brake. Pull that gear shifter all the way down. Make sure the steering column is all the way down. Don't look like I'm going to be able to get my key switch out now, so see, my wait to start light is not coming on. All the other ones are, so gotta figure that out. This is gonna aggravate me with this racket. I don't want to unhook my battery, so I'll just have to deal with the binging, I guess, for now. Alright, let's get it going. This bezel has to be popped off. Oh, my dash is fragile. I can hear it cracking. You don't want to do this no more than you have to. Alright, got the bezel off. This has to be down, steering column, so this will come off. Just lay it down there. That's with it off. Now, Phillips head screws. I'm going to take those out next. Oh no, I don't need to take the screws out quite yet. I forgot one thing. Oh, shoot. That cover has to come off so you can take the cable for the drive cable, the selector switch. That's got to come off. So let me take the three screws out to get that off, and then I'll show you that. Now that this is out of the way, it's hard to see, but this cable has to come off. Alright, we're going to have to put this thing back in drive, no park. That cable moves when you move your gear shifter. You can see it. That comes off the little tab. Not that hard. And this has to come out. Pops right out. Now, my instrument panel should come out once I take the screws loose. Alright, the 4 screws are out. They're under the bottom of that there. But there's 4 screws to hold this thing together. Turn that back off now. Had to move my gear shifter down so I can get to some things. And this thing just pulls right out. It presses into the prongs, I guess you would call them. There's nothing plugs in, they just, see, I pull that right out and just presses in. Just pulls it out and alright, I'm gonna have 2 hands to get this, pull this out, so bear with me here. Okay, this is not coming out very easily because it's hitting this plastic part right there. So this part right here, this actually part of the gear shifter cover here, I'm gonna have to take that cover off so I can pull that out. And that's not going to be a Phillips head. That's a torque screw. So let me get that off so we can get this panel out and we'll go from there. Alright, we got the panel out. It was a bit of a kind of interesting working around that steering column cover. Couldn't really get it off too well, but I got it where I can move it enough to work the gauges past it. This is what it looks like. Just snaps into those prongs, bolts down. Pretty simple there. Now this is what we want to look at. Well, I dropped it, but it didn't break. One hand, it ain't very easy. Let's get a good look at this thing. I believe that's the bulb I got to twist out and change and look at. Let's get it out here in the light where we can see this thing. Wait to start, probably. WT. Everything should be on that printed circuit board, so that's probably my problem. But the rest of these bulbs, speedometer, stuff like that, those are just basic plug and play bulbs. That's the back of it. Ain't a whole lot of bulbs to it. I tried changing the colors out on this thing and you could barely see them, but so I'll replace it with the stock ones. They make covers, I think you can go over your gauges to turn them white instead of black. That'd be cool. But that's all there is to that.